day can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, race fans. Thank you once again tuning in on a Thursday night. And just like last night's event, we are back double header racing. The way the season's lined up, this is also their special event tonight. So a double header tonight, 40 laps, I believe. So got a lot going on. Haven't really paid attention. I'm pretty sure 40 lap main events. Phone just got text messages. Joined as always by Mr. Christopher Carroll. Chris, how you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good, man. I got to find out what's going to happen in tonight's dirt race. It seems like it's different every week. I love calling them with you. It's a lot of fun, but every week it's different. So, every week you tune in, you get a different winner, you get a different track, you get a different all kinds of things. So I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, as these drivers have about 5 minutes left to qualifying. Folks, you see a QR code bottom right of your screen. What that is, so peek behind the curtain. My father-in-law, Brian Bledsoe, passed away this afternoon. They started a GoFundMe about a week ago to try to help cover funeral costs, whatnot. And ultimately, about 5:30 this afternoon, 6 o'clock Central, I get a phone call, and I got notified he passed away, right? So now Emily's over there, so if I have to walk away, I'm taking care of Kane. So we're here by ourselves. But anyways, QR code. If you would like to donate anything, $1, a nickel, $5, it would help out that family a ton, help me out a ton. Just take your phone camera out, place it up there, and it should pull up the link. If not, we'll also post a link in the chat at some point tonight. But that's enough about that. We're going racing tonight. Eldora. It's a tough night for me, I cannot lie, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get to it. Eldora.
Get through it together, Tanner Meyer.
Exactly. Eldora tonight. This is a track that, even not being a dirt guy, I know this track, right? They just had the World 100 here this past weekend. It's a huge facility for dirt track racing. Just huge. To the point where they have tracked NASCAR here, right? That shows how big and how famous this track is. So, Eldora, I'm excited tonight, doubleheader.
Yeah, there's got to be different grooves here, Tanner. This is a track that is world famous for 4 different lanes, maybe sometimes, and this place cannot be not exciting. It's just, Tony Stewart wouldn't buy a track that is unexciting, so this is going to be really fun to watch tonight.
I agree. Folks, we're going to throw it over to Savage Ash so I can take care of something on my end really quick, but we'll be back right before qualifying gets going, so stick tight. We'll be right back momentarily.
and sit down.
Alrighty, folks. Told you we'd be right back at it. 2 minutes left of practice here. I'm gonna actually see if I can dial up somebody. Let's talk to Sam Lawson. See if we can find him in Discord somewhere. Pull him up. I know I've been hearing. So I got in here a little later, but I have been hearing he's not a fan of this track normally. So we'll see what he thinks about it tonight. Now, Mr. Sam Lawson, you're live in the booth. Got a copy?
Hey, what's up, man?
Man, I'm sitting here doing good, sitting here watching y'all round out the practice hour here, or the practice 30 minutes y'all got. What have we learned in 30 minutes? Is you got about a minute and a half remaining before we go into qual.
So I'm actually starting to like this track now because John Monkern just sat here for about 10 minutes and taught me how to drive the track, and I've turned out to be one of the faster cars on the track right now, so I feel pretty good.
Oh my goodness gracious. Carol, do you hear this?
Hey, he told me you should pick him for the pick before the race, Tanner. We were talking about
Early
it earlier.
dinner. I'm joking. Got 2 races. I'm trying to get 2 top 5s tonight, though.
So yeah, so let me ask you about that. Somebody that's new to iRacing, you don't do a whole lot of these double header type events, right? Where you finish in the first race, there's going to be an invert for the second race, right? How do you approach a race like that, or do you even think about it?
I mean, for me personally, I know I'm not running for points championship right now because I'm not as good as half these guys. But if I finish top 5 first race, I'm starting back the second race. I don't care about that. What's that matter, you know?
Right.
You got to race anyways, so just go for both, you know?
Right on. I like it. So it shouldn't bother you at all. Well, I'm gonna be looking for the 44 car to be a contender here tonight. Currently sitting 5th on the speed charts. Good luck to you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
As we get him drop back down to race room number 2. As Carol, it's almost that time. 15 seconds remaining. Then it's time to skirt on into qualifying. 40 lap main events here tonight. That's plural because there's 2 of them. We had a fun one last night, late model stock we called, and I expect tonight to be no different. Doubleheader here. Super excited.
Yeah, I want to see. There's a lot of fast dudes in here. We saw it last week. The top 10 could win this race. You got guys lower on the speed chart that you think were higher, but maybe they're playing possum. We got a lot of possibilities here, and I'm going to put you on the spot and make you pick before we even go to qualifying here, Tanner.
So we'll do 2 picks tonight. We'll do pick for race 1 and pick for race 2. All right, just to keep it interesting. My first
Fair
race pick, before we even see qualifying, I'm going to go Scott Smith.
That's a pretty good pick.
The
I'm
race
going
number
to
1.
take I'm going to take Hunter Lagoons.
Good
He's
pick.
been running really good in dirt, and I've run out there with him in dirt, and he gets smaller every time I'm behind him. So I'm gonna pick him tonight. He's looking like a good pick around this place.
So smaller out your mirror is a good thing, right? But when them drivers getting smaller out the windshield, it sucks, right? I'm there almost every week.
I was talking about the
Yeah,
windshield,
yeah.
man. It was bad.
So a very, very good, strong pick by far. As my pick is going out on pit road, or coming off pit road now, out for his first lap. It's hard to bet against this man, right? Scott Smith now. It's hard to bet against him. What about heat race, or not heat race, the second of the features? You want to pick that now?
Are we gonna? That's up to you, sir. I'm just the observer here, watching this stuff all go down, and I'm going off by being around these guys a little bit on dirt, who I think is fast and got a real shot at it.
Right. So give me heat second race. Who's your pick?
I'm gonna take for the second race.
Without knowing the way
I'm gonna
invert,
take
no.
Monkern, John Monkern.
Hey, that's a really, really good pick. I like that pick. As I don't know. who to go with for my second pick.
Man, your guys got the pole here. I'm looking bad.
I'm gonna go Chain Cowboy, Justin Coleman, for
There you go.
second race. He's always bad fast on dirt too, right? See if we can jump on board with Chris Smith here, just to kind of show you this track. This track is huge in the dirt world, huge, and I'm not talking about just name wise, just the feel of it. And when you're out there on it, it feels like you're. I mean, they're not going to visit a bigger track lengthwise. I wouldn't believe all season. Maybe they do, and I'm just wrong. But as far as just like the magnitude of being out here on this track, look how big it is. So you're going to see different lanes all night long. Which lane will prevail? I feel like they're going to be riding that top side a lot tonight, committed up there. But if that starts to get slickened off, especially after when the second race comes around, that bottom, it may be the only viable option.
I would love to grab one of these guys, you know, between races or under a caution and ask them how you drive that car differently on the top than the bottom. This is a place I get around the top pretty good. Probably the only dirt track on iRacing in these cars I feel like I could compete. I know how to drive the top pretty good, but if that lane moves around, I got problems. So it'd be interesting to listen to these guys, man. These guys are all so good, Tanner. We saw a wicked race the last 2 weeks, and it's amazing to watch these guys get around these places.
It really is. It really is. It's a treat each and every week. You know how I run the top here? I don't, or if I do, have to run it very carefully because that wall is right there to the within arm's reach of you, right? That wall is scary. She can be brutal, especially with
She
these
can
dirt
be
cars.
deaf.
I mean, you can. That's
She
what I
can
was
be
gonna say.
deaf with these guys.
You can, before you know it, you have a broken right front or anything, right? Just a little bit of a wall kiss here. Now you'll see tank slaps. If they're hitting it with the back end of the right rear of the car, that's okay, right? It's just a little tank slap, is what we call it. But you don't ever want to pancake the wall. And what I mean by that, just hit it real flush, because then you're going to be tearing some components up. As Daniel Sweat goes 13th.
I can second that. I wound up in the grandstands at this place once running the top. It's happened, and it is. It looks wide. It looks like there's lots of places to race, but when you got two cars fighting for the same real estate, getting into the corner, the same lane, the same line, it gets crazy out there. You got guys losing momentum, you got guys gaining momentum, and you got guys that'll just shoot a hole that may not even be there. So, I mean, you got 4 lanes. They're all fighting for different places on the track.
As I agree 1000%, as we have about 20 seconds left of qualifying. Everybody's already taking a time. Folks, if you're just now tuning in here, the QR code down at the bottom right, that is for my fiance's dad, my father-in-law. He passed away earlier today. They started GoFundMe like a week ago. Scan that with the camera on your phone. If you can donate a nickel, penny, dime, anything at all, helps that family out a ton. It was very, very, very unexpected, as usual death is, right? So heartbroken for that, but excited to be here tonight as it's time to get it started. The first of 2 feature events is
Tanner, you have an 8-car head start on me in the first race here. I don't think I'm happy about that.
but that second race is always, I mean, it just flip-flops, right? It literally, it's going to flip-flop, the invert. So let's get through it here. Scott Smith, Matt, somebody messaged me and told me how to pronounce his name. I forgot. Matt in the 17 starting outside. Sam Lawson starting inside row number 2. Jason Korn starting 4th. And the Go Chain Cowboy, my race number 2 pick, starting P5.
We got starting P6. We got Henry Jones and Tim Trowbridge starting 7th. Christopher Smith starting 8th. We got Hunter Lagoon starting 9th. John Monkern, my pick for the second race, starting 10th. Kevin Prettyman starting 11th, and Brandon Elvis starting 12th.
As we cycle on down a little bit further, 13th, the 07 Evil Knievel or Daniel Sweat, going off 13th. 14th, Anthony the Wild Man Rennick. If the Wild Man ain't here, Wellman. Anthony's my other Wild Man. And then Todd Lamphere. And the reason why I call Anthony the Wild Man, I'm pretty sure he was the one that hit the tire barrier last week and went for a fierce looking ride. Sam Lawson on the pole because Scott Smith. Oh, duh. My pick. I'm an idiot. My pick going dead last because he won last week.
Oh, I'm a fan of this.
You can
I
tell my mind
I
is
got
everywhere
an
right now.
8-car head start.
My mind is everywhere right now. Get it together, Smalls. Come on. What am I doing? Come on, Scott Smith. As green flag is out, 44 gets a great launch on the field. Look at them though; they're double foul as far back as I can see.
Yeah, Sam got a really good restart there. He looks a little haywire off of 2 there, but he got it straightened up, and these guys are chasing him down going into 3.
Already chasing him down. Already so many different lines. Look at the middle of the pack. You just basically got to get in where you fit in and go where there's not somebody already at. And that's exactly what you're saying there. You cannot worry about, well, I'm not comfortable on the top. Well, sadly, you got to be up there.
We got Coleman shooting for the lead here under Sam Lawson going into the corner, and you should have picked him the first race, Tanner. He's up front here going for the lead.
I feel like I may have done the process backwards, and only 40 laps. You blink, and that's legit going to be up. I mean, it's going to go by super, super quick. They're turning laps at a 16-second pace here per lap, and look at these leaders battling it out side by side.
Here comes my boy, Hunter Lagoons, up to 4th place. He's making moves up here. I think he started 8th. He's moving up really quick, and I mean that battle for the lead, Tanner, it's 3 wide. You might want to have a look at that one.
As Matt, look at the 17. We see it week in and week out. He's a bottom feeder. He likes to be on that bottom. He's trying to put that 17 right up next to that inside wall. But look, I think the bottom's there. He's actually able to sit here and basically contend with these boys that are running the high side as they're making ground on actually Sam Lawson on the high side.
Yeah, Sam's getting an education in dirt here. He's doing pretty good on the top, man. He's fighting off some pretty fast guys, but that's letting Lagoons. He's starting to catch these guys now because they're all side by side and they're all taking up that speed on the track. Here he comes on the top.
Let's jump on board with Hunter Lagoons now. You have to look past the dirt there, obviously.
iRacing's got to do something with that. That's dirty.
That is dirty. But look at him though, just basically going wherever he can fit. And he is tracking the lead. I think he's quicker. I think he's quicker than our race leaders right now, both of them.
He just shot the middle 3 wide. He's doing something right. He's stuck it too.
Goes to the bottom side of the racetrack here, going to try to make a pass over Justin Coleman. But Coleman, he's contending right there up high with the 44 of Sam Lawson. So the 14's been down low for most of the event. He's now migrated up, not to the top completely because Sam's there, but he is rolling that top side now right there in the tire tracks for our race leader, Samuel Lawson.
Man, I wish I could drive dirt Tanner like these guys. This is really fun to watch. We got 3 guys all fighting for the lead. And how about Sam Lawson, the pavement guy, holding off these dirt guys? We're 31 to go here. He's got a lot of ground to keep there, but he's doing a really, really good job. These guys behind him are super fast. I've been on the track with him, and he's holding them off for the most part, but you got to look out for Lagoons. He's coming.
And now we watched this last week, same song and dance. We watched the leader not really check out, but get a half-second lead and keep it for the first portion of last week's race, right? And before you knew it, Scott Smith got up there, I think led the last 7 laps or so, right? And it was all because of tire wear. Is Sam asking too much of that right rear? He's leaning on it. He's for sure leaning on it in these corners. Will that eventually start to show its ugly face? But I don't know if Justin Coleman and Hunter Lagoon's saving too much right there behind him right now, actually, though.
There's a few laps here where Sam's, he's pulled out on him coming up off the corner. He's getting a really good drive off. And to me right now, it looks like Lagoons is just hanging out, saving, and Coleman, he wants the lead. Coleman is, he's looking for that lead, and he's pushing Sam's tires. I think Lagoons knows that, and he's just sitting back waiting.
As we go back to the man that was my pick, Scott Smith, in a heap of trouble, having to start dead last, being last week's winner. And you see just nothing but cars in front of him. Nowhere really to go. It don't matter if you qualified on the pole, right? You had to start dead last. So he proved he had great burst of short run speed in qualifying by nabbing the pole, right? But it's hard to do qualifying laps when you got cars right in front of you, huh?
It's hard to get through a field when you look down the straightaway and there's no space to go because they're 3 wide. You got dirt bouncing off your windshield. I mean, look at that. He can't even see. It looks like it's snowing out there. So he's just looking for a wreck or a caution or somewhere to shoot a hole here. And I think Scott, if he gets in the top 5, he could have a shot to win this, but that's a tall task.
And shout out to these boys, too. We are, 15 laps in or so? We had 40 laps when we started. No caution, nothing really. I mean, it's been just straightforward, hard racing so far.
Yeah, that's just a test to let us know how good these guys are. I've driven these cars and they're making it look easy out there. I mean, whenever I'm running with them, I'm running about 10th. I'm watching them all get smaller in my windshield. And these dirt guys, man, they're inches apart, bouncing off of everything, and they make it work. I mean, we've had a few cautions in this series, but not very many.
As the low side rider 17, as we were watching right there, he's still beating it on the bottom, but he has started to migrate up the track ever so slightly. So maybe the low side's not there the way he likes it yet. Or he could just be trying to search, right? I mean, that's what we see dirt guys do is, oh, Trowbridge. That's the problem high side there. You get up in that outside wall, and it's like, man, oh, man, she reaches out and grabs you.
Yeah, he's riding the cushion up there. It looks like the guys at the front have all kind of migrated higher. You can see the middle lane is washed out now.
Right
These
job
guys
by
are,
Lagoons.
oh, there's a shot from Lagoons to the top.
Battle for the race lead there. Lagoon said, I'm not going to ride second. I'll sit here and try to throw a slider, and he's going to try it to perfection to the inside. They're going down Broadway side by side. Lagoon's hard off into the corner again. My mind immediately jumps to how much longer can this last before a mistake happens, right? You have to be mistake-free to throw sliders like that over and over and over. Now, the 44 car was not able to hold the momentum, and Lagoons did a hell of a job blocking the slider line there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, that brings a third-place car into it, too, here. They've got a run on the top. Sam looks like he's struggling for grip off the corner, and Lagoons is getting a real good bite. And, you know, Coleman is up there following Lagoons. He found something up there, and he's now chasing after Lagoons for the lead. I think Sam's lost a little bit of that right rear grip here.
Just needs to get up and basically admit he lost the battle, right? But live to fight another day. That bottom, it's just not, it's not there yet. As you're seeing these top two kind of pull away now. But just, that's all it takes. The guy that led all the laps up to this point, one small bobble or anything, right? Lagoons went up there and took it away with a slide job. Just straight up, just robbed him for it, right? Got up there and took the lead away from him the hard way, slide job, but just like Coleman's trying to do.
Yeah, Coleman's looking really fast here. He looks like he's running a little bit higher than Hunter getting into the corner, and there might be a little bit more grip up there. It looks like Hunter saw it and he's moved up, so it's going to be interesting to see these guys running the same line. Which guy's going to come out ahead? I mean, Coleman's got into that wall a few times too, and it looks like it's not slowing him down, so he's not afraid to stuff it in there, and he's getting way up the track.
Look at them, both leaders inside into the outside wall, as they are literally using every bit of the racetrack they can now. Now that wall banging, that's normally frowned upon, but the way they're doing it, they're not wall riding, right? It just happens to be there where the cushion's at. That's where they're running, and that's the fast line right now. But look how, like,
We got it.
just a minuscule lapse in judgment. Boom, you're in the outside wall. Like, oh, we have a caution. Lamphere. We said it earlier. You can really destroy a right front in these cars, and I don't believe Lamphere has one.
I don't think there's a right front on that car. He's turning the wheel, and it's going straight into the wall. He's got a big problem there. Caught a rut going into the corner there. He straightened it out, and oh, he oversteered into the fence.
I think you called that one almost to perfection, brother. That is perfection, I think. Shows how quick and easy it is to get away from you, right? He tried to correct the steering, thinking that's what he needed to do, and it grabbed. Once it had no grip, full grip, right? And it grabbed outside wall, hard lick for the 26 machine there.
It's super easy to do on dirt, Tanner.
my
Like
goodness.
the people that are watching that haven't driven dirt, you go down into the corner and it looks like it's smooth on the broadcast and everything's cool, and you're hitting ruts and your car's sideways and it'll jump the other way and it'll jump one way, it'll jump the other way, and you know you're trying to be as quick on the wheel as you can. But if it hits a rut the wrong way, I mean I've seen these guys flip catching a rut. They didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
They go down into the corner and they're doing endos down the backstretch and their car's destroyed.
You see that all the time in real life, right? You ever watch like just dirt crashes on YouTube, anything, right? You see that. I mean, these guys sideways, everything's going good, hits a rut, dip, any type of thing in the track, and boom. And that's looks like what happened to Todd there, right? Looks like he had no grip, bounced on that rut, overcorrected a little bit, and away she went.
Yeah, I've seen guys wind up in the stands in these cars. There's nothing wrong, but throw it down into the corner. They catch that rut, and it's game over. It breaks the rear axle. It grabs it. It's game over for these guys. They don't even know what happened probably most of the time, and they're on the box, on the hook.
As now Hunter Lagoon's going to be the race leader. He fires them off, gets going pretty good right there in front of Coleman. Don't look now, but here comes Trowbridge starting on that low side, 74 machine, or 77, excuse me, trying to make a stab at the leaders here. That low side, though, you just got to get up top as quick as you can, I believe. I almost think it's like Sobo last night where everybody won the bottom side, Carol. I think it's just absolute opposite right now. That high side looks to be the preferred lane.
Yeah, it's definitely the top lane's the way to be. And Trowbridge here, he's worked himself up there. We haven't said much about him, but he's really come through the field there. And late in the race, he's looking really fast.
Elvis, Trowbridge, or Elvis, Corn, and Monkern right there. I don't know how they didn't junk it. Something's happened to the 44 machine. Going backwards in a hurry here. Already back to P6. Carol, what did I miss something? Did he get into the wall or something? Car looks good.
I think it's just experience thing, you know. Sam is learning how to run dirt, and these guys have been doing it for a long time.
Yellow's out on Speedway. Oh, we got a big one.
Oh, that's a big junker right there.
Henry Jones involved. Anthony Rennick. Ooh. Brandon Elvis. Let's go back and see what happened here.
It's going to be an interesting replay. There's a lot of cars involved there.
Oh. It's a little bit misjudgment, and then what happened to Elvis? Elvis went around a little bit after the wreck here. Oh, did he slide up in front of Daniel Sweat here?
I heard Sweat say on the radio he didn't know he was going to come up there, and he caught him.
Boom goes the Dynamite and everybody else. They wasn't involved in the first incident. Get involved in the second one, and looks like Elvis's right front is off the ground entirely. It is. As you see, he cannot control that car at all.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for a few guys there. They're just victims.
Victims.
You know, they're going through the corner, nowhere to go. But there's a lot of wrecked race cars right there. That turns everything on its head tonight for points.
You know what's cool? Double header though. If you're getting involved in a wreck this late, you know naturally you're gonna be up near the front for the second race. So Brandon Elvis, I mean, he may be looking pretty, setting pole position for heat, or I keep calling it heat, for feature event number 2 of the evening. As there's now 3 laps to go in this one. So, I mean, that shows how quick it goes by. We've been out here only 13 minutes on the actual race side of the session.
Yeah, it's all going to break loose right here. 3 to go on dirt. We know dirt guys, they're a different breed. These guys are going to send this car, and some are going to make it, and some are not going to make it, Tanner Marr. I'm hoping to go up 1-0 in the series here. My guy's out front. He's got a good jump here.
You're looking flawless right now. I can't lie. As they're 3 wide for P2, you think they're not hungry for a second place finish here? You'd be madly mistaken. And look at the high side up there. Scott Smith getting beaten bang, but Hunter Lagoons to the white flag this spot.
Oh, he hit the fence. He hit the fence. That puts Gold Chain right on his back bumper here on the last lap.
Gold Chain going to take the high side. Hunter goes low, try to block the slaughter line. It's all going to be your pick out of turn number 4. Look at them guys searching everywhere. But Hunter Lagoons, Justin Coleman, Scott freaking Smith. You got to give him some points for coming all the way up to the field, though. Finishing P3 right there.
Yeah, Scott Smith is never a bad pick. He's a vet. He's out here. You know he's going to be there at the end. It doesn't matter what happens. And unless he's caught up in someone else's wreck, that guy just finds his way to the front. You're looking better in this pick here, I think, Tanner.
He's going to be still starting. Oh, wait. Who was my second pick? It was Gold Chain, wasn't it?
You took Gold Chain for the second race, yes, sir.
Yep, and he's starting second to last.
I like it.
Dang it, man. Who'd you pick for the second race?
I took Monkern for race 2.
Oh, man, I'm getting gypped left and right as it is a warm-up period, folks. We're going to throw it over to Bam Racing Videos, pay some bills really quick. We'll be back when these guys get on the track. You won't miss a thing. Stay tuned.
Chris Fight with the whole shot. Burrows gets wadded up right there. We got a nasty one. 3 laps here. We're underway here at Horsepower Bar.
Power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty.
Alrighty, folks, we are back at it. They have went out and reworked the track a little bit, so the actual track surface is going to be drastically different than what we just saw. Got about 20 seconds remaining before these cars hit the grid for the feature event number 2 of the night. So we're going to pull that QR code back up one more time. If somebody does or is able to donate, helps out a ton. It's been a rough week, Carol. I can't lie. I cannot lie.
Yeah, that stuff's never easy. The further you get in life, the worse it gets, man. It's always tough on everybody.
Absolutely. As looks like we're getting ready to hit the grid. Now, folks, if you weren't here last night, we can't really show the grid and everything because of the way the heats and the features work. They really mess up SDK, so you're just going to bear with us as far as that goes with the grid. I'll try to pull it up, see if it's going to work for us tonight or not. It did not last night. It looks like we may be in business here. Henry Jones, Brandon Elvis, Todd Lamphere. That's 1, 2, and 3. Anthony Rennick's going to be starting that number 23 machine outside row number 2. Daniel Sweat, 07, starting P5.
We got Prettyman starting P6 this time. He must have been involved in that crash. We got Christopher Smith in 7th, John Monkern in 8th. Samuel Lawson, after his good start, he's starting 9th here, and Jason Korn in 10th. We got Tim Trowbridge. I always mispronounce that guy's name, so I'm going to get it right here. And Matthew Keekle on the outside of the 6th row here.
And then 13th, we have Scott Smith, Gold Chain Cowboy, my pick, starting 14th. And Hunter Lagoon starting 15th, and something happened to the 107 machine there. Was not rolling. Gonna have to hurry up to get a spot back in line. Either that or he's picking an EOL. I'm not sure. Maybe he said I'm not comfortable up there. Knowing Daniel, that's probably what he said. They may have, the race directors may have granted him an EOL that he asked for or something.
Daniel's a pretty clean driver. He probably made an executive decision there and decided to start the back. Something was going on. This one's going to be really exciting, Tanner. We got the guys that won are starting in the back here. They got a short time. They got, what, 40 laps to get there from the back. So we're going to see some passing. We're going to see some three-wide racing. We're probably going to see some wrecks, too.
It's go time. Last time Brandon Elvis started on a pole from an invert, he won the race. Irwindale, super late models. Going to see if he can do it here tonight. Pro dirt late models here at Eldora.
Big jump for Elvis there out front. He's gone. He picked a gear and he grabbed it. So who's the 23 car, Tanner, in second place there? I haven't seen much of him tonight.
Anthony Rennick sitting in second place. We got to focus on this middle portion because, golly, there's cars everywhere. 4 wide, I don't know what spot. Matthew Keekle on the bottom, low side rider, hustling shot down there, trying to make the car work. And look at Corn, Corny man, number 39, making that low line work. But you saw he hit that rut there. Watch the front of that car bounce, get really upset.
It's getting ugly in the back of the field. I saw them 4 wide off of 2 there. The fast guys are coming to the front, and the other guys are trying to hold their line, and they're picking different lanes to get around the slower guys, and it's getting pretty crazy back there.
As we head back up front, the battle's hot and heavy up here as well. Elvis leading the charge. Asphalt guy versus asphalt guy between himself and Anthony Rennick. Got your pick. Monkern already up to P3. Hounding these boys. And I'm telling you now, I got gypped on this whole pick'em scenario. Completely gypped.
If it's 2-0 Chris Carroll to Tanner Marr, you're never going to hear the end of it for the whole week. I'm just going to be riding you. You know it.
As look at Monker making that low side really work. My pick, Go Chain Cowboys, actually made some spots up. Remember, he started second to dead last, already up to P9, up 6 spots. Right down the back, bumper to 17, giving me a little nudge saying, honey, I'm home, I'm ready to go.
He is ready to go. He's coming up through the top side. He is really getting a bite off that corner, and there's a couple guys in front of him that are running the bottom, and they're looking pretty good too. So hopefully we got more grooves in this race. It doesn't just go to the top lane late.
Feature event winner 1, Hunter Lagoons, making the middle of the track work, already up to P7, P6. He's doing battle. Going to get a 2-for-1 special. Slides in front of the 80. Momentum was killed. 80 took care of him right there, big time.
Yeah, we know the 80's not happy with that move. We might see some payback here. If there's a caution, we'll see what happens. But Lagoons is ripping in all 3 lanes. I don't know how that man does it. He is flying through this field. It doesn't matter what lane he picks, he gets some bite here. And I don't understand how they do that.
The doubleheader format, we've never, since it was implemented in Crooked Line, we've never had a invert guy come back and win the race that won the first feature event. You're the closest driver to have got there. Last I looked, you finished 3rd. So it's been close. You've been close before, Carroll, on asphalt. Can Hunter Lagoons do that tonight? Can he be the first guy, CLR history, win the first race, get put in the back, and come back and win the second race?
It looks like he has the speed. Does he have the tire? That's the other thing. You know,
And
when you're
time.
coming from the back now, the tire wear in these cars is very, very different. I haven't really run the new tire model too much, but I mean, when you're making speed, you're using up tire. So we'll see if Lagoons can get through here and keep the speed. That would be unbelievable to see. First time in the history of Crooked Line Racing that someone did that.
I think he needs a caution, though. He don't need to try to run down our leaders now. He's currently sitting P5. Leader has a 2.5 second advantage over him currently. But that's going to ask a lot out of that equipment, a lot out of those 4 Mr. Feelgood tires to have to drive that down, you know. As getting an update on Daniel Sweat, he's actually pulled the car off, I believe. So may have been issues for the 07, Heartbreak City for him. Hope everything's okay.
Yeah, that's tough for Daniel. Sometimes, you know, when we see that on the broadcast, we're hoping it's not something really serious in life, and hopefully it's just a mechanical issue for him here. But it's not very often you see guys just pull off the track like that.
Look at Monkern has opened it up to a very, very, very sizable lead here. Number 81 out front. Got a full 2.5 second lead over second place Brandon Elvis. Got to keep tabs on Hunter Lagoon's here, but right now, as it stands, remember I said 2.5 seconds. It's down to 2 seconds. So he's definitely catching the leader. But is he catching him at a quick enough pace to get up there and battle with him? 24 laps to go, 23 when they cross the line this next time by.
I'll be shocked if he can keep the tires on that car and come through the field. That's incredible. 3 wide in the middle here. Lagoon's going 3 wide for 4th place here.
That's a familiar spot for the 22nd. That's like the 3rd time in 2 weeks we've called him 3 wide in the middle. He is not scared to shove it in there now. Battling with the 3rd place driver, Kevin Prettyman and Anthony Rennick. He wins the battle there. Maybe 88's going to battle back. We got the 54 right there in front of him, but Brandon Elvis. Elvis went down to the low side. That's going to give Hunter Lagoons the high side. That's where he wants to be. He's got a great battle now for P2.
I think that battle's over. He clears him down the straightaway, and he's got a big run into 1. And I just cannot believe that the run he made through the middle there. That was an unbelievable move. That'll be on your top 5, I think, on your new show there, Tanner. You might as well get a plug in here.
Yeah, Race Chatter coming at you Saturday night. Debut episode this past weekend on Saturday was phenomenal. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I get to be there this Saturday. As Monkern into the wall. Race leader.
Oh, I see a tire flying down the track.
Yeah,
He's got problems.
Get gypped. That's how it feels right there. But Monkern, oh my gosh, no caution, heartbreak for the 81. What the hell happened, Carol? We gotta go back and see what happened.
I saw the tire flying down into the corner, and I don't know what happened to him here.
He's broke there. Look, he gets into the wall right here. No way.
Caught a rut, and up into the fence and broke the right front.
I'm sorry, but Race Leader got to watch back. Ooh, that's significant right there. Look, he's already crab walking, Carol. Already crab walking, broken right.
We got a yellow flag on the speedway, Tanner.
And a yellow flag. Holy hell, that went 0 to 1,000 in the blink of an eye. I don't even know what the caution was for, if I'm being honest. I won't never be able to find it. I'm going to guess Monkern was trying to get on pit road. I'm not 100% sure, though.
I think he was on pit road when the caution came out there. I have no idea what the flag flew for.
And I'm trying to see who may have damage throughout the field. But Race Leader, man.
That's heartbreak for Monkern. He had a big lead. It was a tall task for Lagoons to run him down there, but when he hit the wall, he gave it to Lagoons, and these guys got their work cut out for him to get around him.
Almost a 2-second cushion, brother. That shows you, dirt is organized chaos, and with that word chaos, anything can happen. Heartbreak for Monkern there, because he was looking to be the guy, right? Hunter Lagoons did come up to the field, but still had a tall task in battling out with that 81 car. And it was going to be hard to bet against him.
I feel like I put the broadcaster curse on him there, Tanner. I'm starting to feel bad here, and I didn't believe in that. I thought I can just drive my car, but don't pick me next week, Sam. Just don't do it.
So I got excited and said get gypped. I just want to let everybody know that was to you, by the way, not him, obviously.
I'm aware.
Right. That was.
I don't know if the audience at home is aware, but I was aware.
Right. Yeah, that was directed. All that aggression was directed straight towards Carroll. So now my pick, Gold Chain. Mama don't look now, but he's sitting P4.
How are we gonna do the tie break, Tanner? What are we gonna do?
I win.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I run the show. I own the channel. I'm the winner.
Naturally, I gotta be the winner, right? Oh, maybe we do like paper rock scissors or something. Did you tell me what you picked first? As we fire him off, I don't think he's going to come down. I think Lagoon's got this one. He's looked bad fast. Cut to the field the way he has been impressive. But Coleman's been right there with him. Coleman to the outside wall now, though, as well for the 14. As look at the move Coleman's making. He said, honey, I got to go. It is time to get a move on. Goes to the low side here, making a move over teammate Teddy Prettyman and, Kiko going around.
I missed that one there. You're going to have to talk me through it.
Saw it happening out of the corner of my eye here.
Down on the bottom. They're 3 wide, 4 wide. That's what happened.
Ooh. Just hit when he hit him. Just all the weight transfer let loose and the bomb.
For all the folks at home, Tanner, for all the folks out there watching, in iRacing, you never hear 4 wide on your radio. They got to fix that. You only hear 3 wide, so I think the 17 had no idea they were 4 wide there. Moved up into his 3 wide lane, and that was the end of it.
It was crazy, for sure. That was insane. The field is still in the hands of Hunter Lagoons. Brandon Elvis, though. Shout out to Brandon Elvis. Shout out Brandon Elvis, man, because he's an asphalt guy. I promise you, he's looking around like, dude, I don't belong here. Just 'cause I know him, right? I know that's what he's thinking. So shout out to the 54 car. Proving he belongs up there because, yes, he started on the pole, but that was 30 laps ago. He's still up there hanging and banging with these boys.
Well, we haven't talked about the 88 at Prettyman, too. He's an asphalt guy, and he is up there in 3rd, and he's passed a few guys to get up there. It wasn't like he started there and they're all wrecking behind him and he's hanging out in 3rd. He made a really good 3 wide move there to miss the wreck, and he's up there in 3rd place.
So I think Prettyman is a dirt guy. I think he just joined us on asphalt. I think that's what I remember hearing him say.
So I got that backwards.
I think he got that backwards. I think he's mainly a dirt guy, but now I also think he's new. He's fairly new to iRacing, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm getting him mixed up with somebody, but still, I mean, nonetheless, running up our P3, mixing it up with these boys. I don't care if you're an alien guy, right? It don't matter what you are, you got to be fast.
Hey, and that's a good-looking car he's got there.
That is a good-looking
I like
car,
the
bro.
skills in that car. I'm old school with that stuff. That car is it looks like a dirt race car to me.
As Lagoons fires them off, you are old school. I picture you as having a barbed wire tattoo on your arm.
No, that's not gonna happen. That's a good guess, but I'm never getting a barbed wire tattoo on my arm. It's never happening.
All right, 10-4. Just wanted to make sure. I saw the picture with you and with the hat on backwards. And I said, "Oh my goodness!" I had a field day with that one in the pool hall. As Hunter Lagoons fires them off and gets going here, already half a second lead over Brandon Elvis. But Elvis, boy, he is making it work up there. But Prettyman and Coleman right there, contact between them.
Yeah, that was tough. They were both going for the same spot there, touch doors, and Prettyman lost a few spots there.
Elvis could have broke something there. We saw the race leader do it a while ago. I almost cussed a second ago, too. I almost said the D word. That's why it all sounded funny. But, holy cow. Elvis, though, looks to be like he may be fine there after that wall hit, but naturally I get nervous after watching what happened to Monaco.
Those two are teammates fixing to kill each other for a win here. They don't hold back, those guys. We race with them on pavement, and they don't race any different with their teammates than they do with other guys, and they're getting at it for second place, and it's only helping Lagoons get away.
He loves to see the 54 and 14 duking it out. Couple wall hits here and there. They are got that car yelled out as far as it'll go. It's doing a little tank slap and get going. Ooh,
I think Coleman's a little quicker here, but he cannot find a groove around Elvis, and Lagoons is just getting smaller in his windshield.
3 laps to go. Going to be 2 at the line. Will tonight be the night it happens? Will the driver who wins the feature event number 1? Oh, into the wall, 27. That's going to allow Elvis. Oh, Elvis into the wall. As I had a voice crack there. As Coleman to the low side of the track. Get in front of Elvis there. Scott Smith trying to do the same. As white flag in the air, I think Hunter Lagoons, all he needs to do, one more half a lap. Half a lap, he's going to be the first driver to win the feature event number 1, come back with the invert win feature event number 2. Hunter Lagoons, 2-time race winner here tonight at Eldora.
That is some big points for that boy going home tonight. He's got 2 wins
86
in one
points.
night. First time it's ever happened.
86 points right there. They don't do bonus points on dirt. You're just talking straight points, what you got, and there's a tire rolling across the track. 86 points. Insane.
Scott Smith got back up to 3rd or 4th there, too, from the back. He had a good run both races, so I think probably he's going to come out second in the points tonight. And Coleman, maybe Coleman, I think he got second twice as well. So those 3 guys kind of dominated tonight. The point standings will reflect it tomorrow. Those guys are going to be moving up.
As Carol, I'm gonna let you get them. I'm gonna get them moved up to the waiting room, and then I'm gonna let you handle all 3 interviews because I hear Kane and they're crying.
I got you.
As Brandon Elvis is the last one, so you just have to move him up to the broadcast room. And folks, I will be back momentarily. Thank you, Carol.
No problem, buddy. Brandon Elvis, you got a copy. Chris Carroll and Tanner Marr up in the booth. It's actually only Chris Carroll because Tanner's going to check on Kane there. He's watching him tonight, so you got a copy, sir.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm here, but yeah.
I'm not sure why you're here either. Where did you finish?
Third.
Yeah, that's a podium spot. It'll be third, second, then first. So.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it's a dirt race and I'm on the podium.
Yeah, that was a good run, man. You were looking good. Looked like your teammate just about killed you a few times to get by you there. How are you trying to find a groove to get by Lagoons? Because he was super fast out front once you got there.
Well, I don't know that I was going to get by him. He would have had to make a mistake. I mean, I was making mistakes too. He was making a few mistakes. I made a few mistakes. Like he was giving her all she had, and I was wall banging and knocking the toe out the right front. I was doing all kind of stuff wrong, but I was just hanging on for dear life, man. Coleman raced me like hard as crazy right there at the end, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Coleman looked fast in both races, and so did Lagoons. And when you were behind Lagoons for the lead there, I saw him hit the wall once, and it looked like you almost got into him, like you weren't expecting him to hit the wall. Was the high side up there the only place to run, or was there more grooves up there where you could take a shot at him?
No, and I mean, I could be wrong. Somebody else would probably tell you different, but to me, it seemed like the only place I could find speed is when everybody passed me on the top. Early to bottom was fast, and when the Lagoons came by me for second, I was like, all right, well, I got to move up. And then a caution came out. Then I was able to fire back off on the top, and it seems like it kind of just got pushed. The berm kind of got pushed close to the wall. It was real narrow, so you were either in the wall or in the groove, and there was a very fine line there. And I don't quite have the experience these guys have yet, but I'll get it.
I feel you there, Elvis. I get on the dirt. I felt pretty good against the pavement guys, and I got on there with the dirt guys, and I was in big trouble. I don't know where they find the grip, but it looked out there like it was pretty bumpy at the top. We saw the leader catch a berm there. He caught the apron at the top really hard, and it turned the car right, and it killed his right front. So how many times did you feel that in the race? Was it real bad up there?
A few times. It wasn't as bad. That was actually the first lap John went to the top, so I don't know if he just the berm seemed like it was kind of tall there for a little while, then it just got pushed to the wall and disappeared almost in certain places. But I don't know, if you're going to bounce off the wall, you better do it with your right rear, not the right front.
Yeah, we saw that twice. We saw two guys catch a rut, and it was like the rear end moved over and they steered into it, and that was the end of it. The right front was crushed. So
yep.
That's new on dirt, man. I've never seen that before. I mean, we had bumps before, but it didn't really knock the rear end like that. So it looked like it was super bumpy up top.
Yeah, it was a handful, I must say.
Well, all right, man. Good run out there. I'll give you the floor to thank all your sponsors and everybody that you got out there to thank.
Yes, sir. Thank you. My wife, Barry Ellis Performance and Fab, Chestnut Hill, the restaurant. We just picked them up on here. Good supporter. I know he watches a bunch of my races, Mr. Chris Lee. Coleman Design, of course, my boys at Bad Company Racing, man. We just have a lot of fun, and I'm really digging this dirt stuff.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun out there, Elvis. Good job tonight, man. Representing the old pavement dudes out there. Good job and good run.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, we just got to move Elvis down here. Gonna move the Gold Chain Cowboy up here. Tanner Marr, are you back? There he is.
I am halfway. I'm here, but you're good.
All right, Coleman. You got Carol and Tanner Marr up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir. I have y'all.
You were bad fast out there tonight. What did you have to do to catch Hunter Lagoons?
So, man, honestly, I started running the bottom just to try to, avoiding wrecks, but I guess we didn't have any big wrecks that time, so I waited too long to go to the top, but once I got to the top, I found some speed and started working my way there. I wished I had a few more laps, or should I say, went to the top a little faster, but no, it was fun. Both races were super fun, man. It was a blast.
Yeah, it looked like a good race out there. We were riding an in-car with you at one point when you were starting in the back there, and all we saw was 3 cars in front of you, 2 deep. We saw dirt flying and people banging off of each other, and I think Tanner Marr might have peed on himself. I mean, he was in that car. He was a little nervous, but how do you get your way up through the field when it's like that?
Whew, man, it's tricky. You gotta really move methodically for sure. Yeah, and I was stuck behind a gaggle of cars there for the longest, and I just like just pick and choose what you do. Got to be careful. It's easy to make a mistake on this dirt.
How
Been
much
down
how much different when you're running in traffic and you're running the throttle on the top and the bottom? How different what throttle pattern? How different is that throttle pattern when you're running those 2 grooves like that?
So running the top, you got to be real easy on the throttle. You over throttle it, you're gonna start slapping the right rear off of the wall, and you get in that wall, it's gonna suck you in. And I've done it a few times out there, but the bottom it was pretty hammered down that second race. You run it in pretty hard, and you can get back on the throttle pretty quick. There's a lot of grip down there, but the speed in that second race was definitely on the top groove. But gotta tiptoe around it because that wall will suck you in, and it'll end the night quick.
Yeah, we saw that more than once. We were talking to Elvis about that. If you guys caught a rut and killed their car, and the leader did it. So awesome run out there, man. I got to end this at some point, so I'm gonna give you the floor to thank all your sponsors and whoever you got out there, man.
All right, thank you, sir. Well, thank y'all, you, Tanner, TSP, Crooked Line, for putting this deal on. Y'all do a hell of a job on streaming and broadcasting and everything. Thank my team, Bad Company Racing, great group of guys. Wouldn't want to run with anybody else. And thank my sponsors really quick. Brain fart. Gibbs Brothers Construction.
I do it all
BH
the time,
Homes.
brother. You're good.
Yeah, mom just went blank. BH Homes Construction, Parker Brothers Window Tinting, Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication. And
All
that's
right,
it.
congrats on your run, man. That was really fun to watch. I'm gonna get you to teach me to run dirt someday.
Hey, come on, we'll do some test sessions. We'll do it for sure. I'm down.
10-4, man. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, sir.
Then there was one, Tanner Marr. We got one guy left here. He put on a show here tonight. I don't know what else. I'm just going to ask him a bunch of stuff that comes into my brain. This guy came from the back. He did it from the front. He did it from the back. We got Hunter Lagoons. Is he up in here yet? I'm going to move him up here. There he is. Hunter Lagoons, Carol, and Tanner Marr in the TSP booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
I just got to say this, man. You are an animal. We watched you do it from the front. We watched you do it from the back. How long have you been running dirt, and how in the hell did you do that?
I think I've been on the sim for a year and a half now. So,
I don't think that's fair to the rest of us. That's pretty amazing. But when you were running early in the race, we saw 2 grooves and 3 grooves. What made you move up to the top, and when do you know how to move to the top? Like, what makes that decision when we saw you go to the top and start passing guys up there?
man, I could just see it. You could see the cushion was starting to stack up, and I mean, one time I just let her eat up top, and I just held on basically.
That's an incredible run. I don't know if you're aware, but this is the first time in Crooked Line Racing history it's been done. I don't know if you were aware of that, but we all are. I don't have much else to ask you because, I mean, it's literally just about how good you are, and nobody wants to hear that. So awesome job out there tonight, and I'll give you the floor to thank everyone that makes this happen for you, Hunter.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for putting this race on for us. I mean, every week. This is a really fun series. And I want to thank Zeem Set Up Shop for letting me come on over. Yeah.
Awesome, man. I got one more question for you. Do you run pavement as fast as you do on dirt? One more before I get out of here.
I wouldn't say that. I'm trying to get into short track stuff, but that's about my extent on asphalt.
Well, you were in the right place here, Crooked Line Racing. We have tons and tons of short track stuff. We got dirt stuff, and we got Tanner Marr running the show here. So congrats on your run, my man, and we're going to close up shop here.
All right. Yep. Thanks for putting the race on, like I said.
Absolutely, boss.
That's all Tanner, man.
It ain't me. It's Justin Coleman. Well, thank you, Hunter, for coming out here tonight, brother, and congratulations, buddy.
Yep. Thank you.
It's all Justin Coleman and Brendan Elvis. They do the dirt side. They handle it for me. Well, folks, obviously I've been here and there all interview segment, so I do apologize for that. But little boy's up. It sounds like he's getting sick, so I gotta get on out. It won't let me pull the results tab up either. I've already tried. So thank y'all as always for tuning in. Thank you, Carol, for coming in the booth with me as always. And yeah, we're gonna close up shop. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Next gen Cup cars for the Front Row Esports Series tomorrow night. Sam will be up in the booth calling action. But until then, folks, we'll see ya.